So I don't know the nickname for this one, so give me a moment. Oh yeah, it's the one of the Japanese symbols. Fuck. Alright, so hold on. Japanese to English. Paste. Gasha Dokuro. There we go. That's the nickname. Alright, so we ready?
Yeah.
Alright. We actually did this one before for Lucius.
Oh.
Let's see who did it better.
Uh.
Item SCP-2863. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the impermanent nature of 2863 instances, long-term containment is functionally impossible. Should an instance of 2863 be sighted in the field, Mobile Task Force Omicron 3 is to be moved in and neutralize the entity by the use of ultra-bright lights. Any civilians exposed to 2863 are to be given Class A amnestics and released. Description: SCP-2863 refers to a population of spectral entities resembling giant, approximately 30 meters tall, animated human skeletons that manifest within the borders of Japan. The exact number of 2863 instances is not known, but at least 206 separate individuals have been cataloged. Individuals are identified by various visual differences in the skeleton, such as cracks, nicks, or discoloration. Instances of 2863 only appear after sunset, after they lose corporeal form if exposed to light brighter than approximately 1.1 lux. The exact process by which this occurs is currently not understood. Disappearance in this matter is temporary, as instances have been sighted on nights following their neutralization. A possible side effect of this phenomenon is 2863's inability to be photographed by any known means. Research into the nature and relationship between this phenomena is ongoing. It is not currently known whether or not 2863 instances are sapient, as their behavior consists solely of the capture and consumption of humans. 2863 instances are capable of moving very quietly, though manifestations are commonly preceded by a faint sound, most commonly described as rattling. Due to their silent size and proclivity for very dark areas, 2063 can easily and quickly catch humans on foot. Once an instance of 2863 has caught a human victim, it will bite off its victim's head and drain their blood into its mouth. This blood is apparently absorbed in 2863's bone, despite the lack of any digestive mechanisms. 2863 instances will become extremely hostile towards any who attempts to impede its feeding behavior. Due to increasing urban development and Foundation monitoring, no fatalities due to 2863 instances have been recorded since October 31st, 2008. Monitoring and control of 2863 was formally carried out by the IJAMEA, also known as the Imperial Japanese Anomalous Matters Examination Agency. Dissolved in 1945, following the end of the Second World War, the majority of IJAMEA assets and documentation were transferred to Foundation control. Several IJAMEA agents were brought on to aid in the creation of the Foundation's control measures and continue their service as full Foundation employees. Currently, 2863 is being successfully controlled by MTF-03. Below is a translated transcript of the IJAMEA's entity summary for 2863. The Gashado Kuro are a race of malevolent yokai. native to the whole of Imperial Japan. IJAMA records indicate that there are numerous 2063 appearances across mainland Asia and South Pacific under Imperial Japanese control. No such instances have been reported since the end of World War II, implying some connection between 2863's range and the political borders of Japan. They will appear at night out of darkness and seek the blood of men. Conventional weaponry is entirely useless against Kashidokuro, and they can only be banished by the morning sun or by bright lights of human creation. Kashidokuro are created by mass death by the concentrated suffering of hundreds, while the Kashidokuro will eventually fade. They remain for centuries after their creation, lingering until the sorrow has diffused and faded. There is no way to hasten the process. The Imperial Japanese Anomalous Matters Examination Agency is currently aware of 203 separate Gashadakuro. Number is dated circa 1940. 3 additional instances have been cataloged since the time of writing. Shinto ritual may banish a Gashadakuro, but there is no way to destroy one permanently. IJAMA records indicate a number of traditional practices for neutralizing 2863, ranging from entirely ineffectual to as effective as bright light. MTF-03 operatives assigned to 2863 are to be trained in the effective practices as detailed in their training manual. Such rituals are to be considered an emergency alternative to standard neutralization protocol. Despite many failed attempts, no attempt at communication has been successful, and as such as Gashadakuro have proven too hostile to be enlisted into the Yokai Battalion, a battalion of the IJA composed entirely of anomalous entities. The IJA-MEA will continue its attempt to bring the Gashadakuro under Imperial control. However, the process has been slow and grueling, and many men have been lost. If Japan is continuing on its path, then the Gashadakuro must be reined in, lest their numbers grow too large and they become more than just a nuisance. The 3 additional instances of SCP-2863 cataloged since the Foundation takeover of the IJMEA assets as detailed below. 2063-204 is believed to have first appeared in January of 1938 near Nanjing, China, at the point of the time known as Nanking, recently captured by Japan during the Second Sino-Japanese War. Instance is notably large, reaching an estimated 35 meters in height. It is identified by severe damage to the pelvis, skull, and ribs. For reasons unknown, the IJMEA had no known written record of 2063-204, despite 7 years of first-hand reports of sightings from the Chinese. An instance was cataloged by the Foundation in 1946. 2063-205 was first cataloged in 1954, several kilometers southeast of Fukuoka City. Although unconfirmed reports in that area date back to 1946, instances identified by severe burning to the entirety of the skeleton. Instance emits low levels of gamma radiation. 2863-206 first appeared on March 15, 2011, approximately 40 meters offshore east of Tohoku, Japan. Instance is identified by a total lack of teeth and severe damage to the back of the skull. Instance was neutralized after approaching the city of Sendai and exposing itself to the light of the city. Due to mass exposure of civilians to 2863, a coordinated disinformation and suppressing campaign was launched to spread the idea that 2863-206 was merely a test of holographic imaging technology. Instance has been cited 3 times since initial sighting, each time appearing offshore. Alright, you remember the SCP now?
I always remembered it. I just didn't always remember its number.
Ah. Alright. Oh no. Well, I'll see what you think, because I don't know what to think of the thumbnail.
It looks like two random white guys staring at a yokai.
Yeah. So what do you think that its rating should be? 'Cause I'm unsure.
It doesn't look like it's clickbait, but the way it's viewed makes me think it's clickbait, and I'm not sure how. I feel like we need to put a 1 just because there's something off I can't quite describe. If that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
So far, the first three, their thumbnails haven't been bad.
Yeah, they weren't good, but they weren't bad.
Up, here we go. I gotta remove these. Says wrong name such number. Obviously. Oh wait, I need to move this so you can be seen. Wrong name such number. As well, no license and stuff. I say wrong name such number because they've said the name as the number is what if SCP-2863 finds you, not the Gashikuro. They got rid of the Japanese name.
That is bad.
Yeah. Watch it. Every character's gonna be white.
Please don't jinx it.
Alright, we ready? For the last SCP of the night?
Yep, the last SCP of the night. The SCP that's in Japan, that's Japanese, that is labeled as a yokai. Let's hope they don't fuck this up very badly with extreme racism. Not that I'm suggesting it might happen that way.
Oh my gosh, I just realized. Watch them say Gashikuro really horribly. Or say yokai wrong somehow.
Multiple things wrong with this.
Yeah, so far. So we can add gore and violence already.
Also, the eyes aren't like that.
Yeah.
No.
If they don't like light, then why would they have giant radioactive light hanging out of their fucking eyeballs?
I can't do it.
Oh, that's what was wrong with the thumbnail. It's not supposed to have anything in its eye socket.
Heard about the Omega unit. They were sent to study a staircase. Well, nobody came back. It's terrifying.
So far, I guess, because I haven't seen a single Chinese character.
Copy. No incidents here.
Mr. Mason, you've
Oh
had
my
enough
gosh, it's
time
just
to
white
come to a
people.
decision. We hope you are ready to cooperate.
I don't want to have anything to do with the SCP Foundation. The things you do to people for the sake of your experiments.
Mr. Mason, you have to understand. Your story is very important to us. Your unique experience, the fact.
Wait, how does he know what the SCP Foundation is? They're very good at silencing people.
In their universe, the SCP Foundation is apparently well known and cruel.
Yeah. What? Like, even when you think about it, even though like the GOC know who they are, or the Chaos Ascendancy, or Servant's Hand, they don't go mass spraying out like, hey, this is who they are. They don't do that because they know it'll be bad. they know they'll be killed for doing it.
fact that you managed to survive all helped save a lot of lives.
Oh yeah,
Would you
deviated
really
plot,
let
unneeded
innocent
plot.
people die? You should consider. No, you must tell us everything.
Oh yeah, wrong SCP
Very
design
well.
for going
If
on.
that's how you want to play it, I'll tell you everything I saw. It was my mistake. My arrogance was my undoing. I was so sure it was just fairy tales. Do you hear me? Nothing but a horror story to scare little kids.
What the fuck? Again with the
That'll calm you
drug!
down.
A magical drug
My
that
name
the
is
SCP
Alex
Foundation
Mason,
doesn't
and I am the
actually
senior
have that
manager
makes
of
you
the
say
iLight
everything
Electric
and
Company.
anything.
It was
Yeah.
my first business trip, so far away from home. I was sent here, to Japan. We had a simple task, to increase the
Wait,
production
hold
without...
on. That is not Japanese letters. That's something you would see in Pokemon.
Well, we could always try to use a translator to see if it says anything.
I didn't.
Want me to use mine?
Sure. Cause. What the fuck? It looks like something you would see in Pokemon. Like complete gibberish.
What?
I'm saying it because I've never seen any Japanese characters look like that. And like in Pokemon games, they have things that look like this is used as complete gibberish just to like save time, I guess. Like I'm not trying to be offensive to the Japanese culture, it's just like they do that in the Pokemon game. Have you found anything?
Well, I'm trying to.
Did I really guess it and it's actually complete gibberish?
I think so because my auto translate literally won't translate. It says English to English.
So they just did like Pokemon writing. Just come on. Are you
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Spood? What? Am I using this wrong? Are you using it well? Yeah, I think so. Well, I'm trying to detect a language and it won't detect a language. That's what I'm asking. Why don't you just take a photo of it and then, have it translate?
Oh my gosh, Jiri.
Yeah?
I decided to do taxi and from English to Japanese to taxi in Google Translate. They put the writing backwards.
Wait, that
It's backwards. Hold on, I can send it to you. Copy. Alright, give me a moment, Jerry. Alright. See? There it is. It's completely backwards. What the fuck?
I just noticed I was muted.
Yeah.
I do not think that is Japanese in any way. I disagree that it's taxi. I think if anything, they're trying to write taxi backwards in Jap. Oh, I see the car behind. Oh.
Yeah, that's why I said that.
Okay, the sign is nonsense gibberish, but the thing behind them is taxi backwards on the taxi.
Yes. Also, I can put racism because I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a Japanese guy, but that's white. I'm sorry. They messed with the Japanese. They put gibberish. And they put a white man.
Also, why did they make his eyes so unnaturally long?
I don't know. I already flagged racism. Let's continue.
To increase the production without harming the locals in any way. I even thought it would be way too easy, even for a newbie like me. If only I had known. I went from the airport straight to the factory. After a short tour, I was surprised to realize that the small factory was the only facility in town that gave people jobs. It used 90% of the energy resources as well.
They're all white.
However, its
with
performance was
squinted eyes. That is a stereotype. Asian people don't all have squinted eyes. What the fuck?
It's not even squinted eyes. And while not all of them have those eyes, some do, but some don't. I forgot what it's called. But it's not longer, narrow eyes. Goddamn.
We thought we escaped the racism, but it came right back.
Goddamn. Okay, let's see how racist this farm content can get, I guess.
Yeah.
Because only half of its potential was being used. One would think fixing that would be easy. Increase the power and problem solved. I'd be a hero and get to go home. Still. Then we learned what differences in mentality truly meant. My suggestion was flatly rejected. I saw the faces of the director and factory workers turned white, like I had said something awful. But I truly had no idea. That's when they told me the legend. It was very weird to hear.
Characters' mouths move, and it literally every episode so far. Video, sorry.
Yeah, I can kind of see it because it doesn't match up the voices. Oh, I love the third comment. Starting to think these SCP animations are anomalies. They're so eerie and they come out so fast.
Yeah. Also, Spood, from 1 to 10, how racist does that look?
What is going on in there?
They're supposed to be Japanese.
Oh my gosh, the old man has very squinted eyes.
Crap. Don't worry, the only normal looking people are the white ones.
Oh my God.
They're totally not racist. From 1 to 10.
Oh God.
Is it 11?
Yeah.
Okay. From 1 out of 10, Spood rated the racism 11.
Nice.
Okay. Let's see how much more racist it gets.
Yep.
Hear an old, tired-looking man with an absolutely serious face tell me that increasing the power could lead to a blackout in the entire city, and that was out of the question, and that the darkness would have attracted the monsters. I thought I had misheard. The evil yokai spirits were apparently wandering there and waiting for the dark to attack the tiny Japanese town. They even had a name for them. The Gasha Dekoro.
Jeez.
They
Skeleton
didn't butcher the
spirits
name.
living in the darkness. Of course.
Look how weirdly racist they drew the yokai somehow.
And I bet you $5, Jiri, they put this backwards.
Do you want me to take my translator out? Will it translate as anything?
Let me see if I can go back a bit to see if it helps. There we go. Go ahead.
Skeleton. It literally says skeleton a lot.
Are you? That is.
I can take a picture.
No, I believe you. I'm just. Oh my god.
Does it let me take a picture? Food, can you help me take a picture of its translation? Okay, I guess I'll take and open a different app since you are not really helping me. There we go. I took a picture. I am now going to send the hilarious picture. Come on. I have sent the picture to you.
Wait, so on the last one, they put it upside down?
I guess?
I was right, they didn't put it correctly. What the fuck?
So they put skeletons a lot, and then they put a weird reverso thing at the bottom. Would you like to show everyone in the stream what it looks like translated?
Give me a moment, I'm just too busy laughing. Oh god. Alright, so let's go here. Here. Go to this one. And oh Jesus, it's filling the entire screen. Why did OBS make it so huge?
I do not know why.
It's gonna take me so long to get it to a size it can be seen. What the fuck,
I
OBS?
don't even know why it did that. I took the picture with my phone, so it's not even a big picture.
Right.
If you see the second picture, of the other half of the book, it says walking around near the darkness, attacking a small town. Wait for skeleton of a turtle. There are over 200 of them.
Okay, it's slowly gonna be able to see now. There we go, we can see it. There it is.
They totally know Japanese, yeah? As good as I do. And I'd never make a video like this.
They probably just use AI. We already got the voices that sound like AI. They probably just auto-generated.
Yeah.
Like, here's the one thing. Like, with the animation, it's not that bad. Which means they do have talent. It's just they're wasting it.
That or they used AI to create a lot of the things they have been using.
Yeah. And I mean, if it's not AI, they have talent and they could use it in better places.
They probably use talent to clean up the AI.
Anyways, ready to continue?
Did you look at the other picture?
Yeah, I see it.
Let's go.
Alright.
Living in the darkness. Of course, I didn't listen to anyone. I threatened them that we would terminate the contract if they didn't cooperate and increase the power. Thankfully, I had access to the necessary equipment. I was about to move out of the airport when everything started. The citizens, they were running in the streets in panic. locking themselves in their homes. Some of them were praying. The lights began to go off all over the city. I saw the whole town plunge into darkness with my own eyes. The electricity disappeared in district after district. I was feeling very lost when I suddenly saw a young woman calmly sitting on a bench amidst all the madness. What was wrong with her? It was like she didn't even notice what was going on around her. It was strange to see such an absolute calm. I got distracted by the taxi that came for me. I got inside and we went to the airport.
What?
What?
We were too late. As soon as we got outside the city, the streetlights went out. The city was plunged into total darkness.
As far as I'm aware, I think car headlights will be bright enough to protect you. Because you can increase the amount of lights on the headlights. I mean, I can in my car. I'm not sure if every car's the same.
Why do they have a random redhead in a weird dress?
I don't know, Jerry. They're probably going to use some other yokai that has nothing to do with this.
Driver suddenly hit the brakes, but it was too late. The taxi drove into the car in front of it at full speed. I hit the dash after we collided. I think I lost consciousness.
Okay, well, the headlights are useless now.
No, damn it, I don't want to remember it.
It's all right. You are safe now. Go on with your story.
I still can't forget what I saw back then. A giant skeleton was moving towards our car through the darkness. I would have thought I was insane, but the driver was seeing that as well. He jumped out of the car and ran towards the forest, screaming in terror. Although, I'm not sure the forest would have saved him. I'm not sure it was possible to hide from them at all.
Also, I'm pretty sure being in the car would have protected you, because it probably wouldn't have been able to see you well.
Yeah.
The skeleton reaches towards the driver and grabbed him
Also,
like
they
it
don't
was an
like
insect.
light.
Like he weighed
Yeah.
nothing. And then I shut my eyes, but I could still hear everything. The bones crunching, screams, terror. After finishing off the poor guy, the skeleton moved towards me. Damn it, if I didn't
Also,
do
they're not
anything,
supposed to
it
be
would have taken me
aggressive,
next.
right?
Huh?
They can attack sometimes, but they don't, like, hunt people down or anything.
Yeah. Also, the Japanese agency is gone.
Hmm?
The IJAMEA? It's not,
Hmm?
they haven't mentioned it.
Oh!
You know, the agency that worked before the Foundation?
It's basically the Japan branch of the Foundation.
Yep.
Got into the driver's seat as fast as possible and tried to start the car. Come on, come on! I felt so desperate I hit the dash with my hand and turned on the headlamps by accident. That saved my life. The light cut through the darkness and fell on that monster. It immediately felt pain and disappeared, leaving only a slightly haze behind. Not for long, though. It appeared again where there was no light. It hesitated for a second, and that saved me. I turned the ignition and couldn't believe it. The car finally started. Why didn't I drive to the airport? The car wouldn't have made it. I was afraid it would die before I reached the city. Still, I decided to risk it. Except, it was hell in the city. Those skeletons, they were everywhere. They were walking around, huge, creepy, knowing no mercy. They snatched everyone they could, and damn it, I've just realized it's all real. Not a movie, not a nightmare. I got distracted for just a second, and the car crashed into a tree.
I don't think there's
The
any
headlamps went out.
movie
I
using
tried to
that
get out of the car.
yokai anyway.
What was that?
I don't think there's any movies using that yokai anyway.
Yeah, probably.
What the fuck does he mean? No, not a movie.
But the seatbelt was jammed. I was trapped. The skeletons noticed me and went towards the sounds. Damn it, I had to hurry. I started searching in the car for anything useful and opened the glove compartment.
Only the
An army knife fell out of it.
would
Cut through the damn belt
take a
and got out of the car.
yokai
I started
that's
running along the
specifically designed as an as an embodiment of a tragedy
Yeah.
and make it look even more aggressive.
Street. Although, I didn't have much hope I would survive at that point. But who could have thought that the director of the factory I'd argued with earlier that day would be the one to save me? He caught me at the corner and practically dragged me into some dirty basement. That's when I learned the whole truth. The Gashadokoro weren't fairy tales or make-believe. They had been a scary, disgusting reality for several centuries. They are born at moments when hundreds of people die and are made of concentrated sufferings before death. The giant skeletons appeared in Japan a lot of centuries ago, but then they disappeared. They say they were noticed again in 1945, after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
But why do they attack people?
Nobody knows that. Maybe they need people to suffer so that new Gashadokoro could be born.
That's not why.
Yes,
And
it was
know
my
why.
mistake.
We
I
know
left-
why. They're angry. That's all the reason you need. You don't need to add some weird, convoluted bullshit.
Okay, there's one thing I'm gonna add bad history, mainly because IJAEMEA hasn't been mentioned yet.
Also, they changed the history of those skeletons. They didn't magically vanish until the atomic bomb. I
Yeah.
feel like that's racially insensitive to even speak about it so nonchalantly. Like, oh yeah, horrible suffering occurred. Flesh
Oh, wait.
melted while people were alive.
Oh, here's another thing. They were around before the bombing.
Yeah. And they're trying to say they vanished before it. No.
No, they were around before it.
These are
that
ancient
night-
yokai.
Yeah.
Nightmare become reality. And I have to live with that. But what happened next was, we heard gunshots outside. Director and I looked at each other and, I'm sure of it, both thought the same thing. Soldiers. We were saved. We walked outside and saw your people shooting at the skeletons. Of course, I rushed towards them. I still believed we could be saved, but it seemed like one of the soldiers of the Foundation, no, I can't remember his number. He pushed me aside and said the Foundation's goal wasn't to save people. When it became obvious guns were doing nothing
What?
and your soldiers
What?
got killed one by one, I felt a bit happy.
Like, we're not here to save
It
you.
was such
That's what the
normal,
Foundation
ugly
is supposed to
justice.
do.
And then we started running again. We couldn't stay in one place anymore. The skeletons, sensing the new victims, followed us. We decided to split up. My savior could no longer run, and I sent him to the Foundation camp. I hoped he would have a better chance to get help. I distracted those monsters. Hey! Ah! I'm here! Just screamed at the top of my lungs. While they were focused on me, the director managed to escape, and I kept running. And then, maybe I did have a guardian angel looking after me. I don't know. But when I'd lost all hope, I met her. That girl that had been the only one to stay calm in the doomed
What?
city. It was unbelievable. She was sitting in the exact same place I'd left her several hours before that, just calmly sitting. Like all the insanity around had nothing to do with her. I shouted that she had to leave,
That's a white
to
girl.
hide. How was she even still alive? Why did the creatures go past her without harming her? And then, she turned her face towards me. Everything became clear to me.
I don't see them, and they don't see me.
She calmly replied. She was blind. I felt scared and closed my eyes. It was like she could feel
What?
it because she said,
No, you must suffer.
she touched the hand in which I was clenching the sharp knife.
That's not how it works.
And
It is
what did you
not how it
do?
works.
What do you think? That's how I survived. The skeletons simply
What?
didn't notice me.
That's horrible.
Oh, really? Your foundation has no problem sacrificing people to study those creatures. That's what's horrible. How many of your employees have died already? But their suffering hadn't been in vain. They will be reborn as new Gashadokoro and come for you.
Well, you won't be so happy about it soon enough.
What? No! Get your hands off me!
I found out everything I needed. You will get an amnestic and lose your most recent memories.
No! I've told you everything! Why are you doing this?
Mr. Mason, you said it yourself. We don't value human lives. What's that? What's going on?
I have a surprise for you, too. Our company produces the lighting equipment for your camps, so the factory's director knows perfectly well how to turn it off. They have a camp nearby. Find it and power everything down. Get revenge for both of us. What are you willing to do to survive?
Oh my god.
You know, this is going to get a very low rating, but at the same time, I kind of like where that went.
No.
Yeah. Like, the stories aren't bad. It's just that they're not getting the SCP right.
They're not getting SCP right in any form of any way.
Yeah, if they weren't doing SCP stuff and just doing horror stories, it wouldn't be bad.
I would consider them stupid, but I wouldn't get angry at them.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it.
So yeah, every episode so far is just them saying Foundation evil.
Yeah, and I really don't like it. Removal of license and characters. 4.
Yep.
They removed every character. They removed the Japanese section of the Foundation,
Yep.
which is run by Japanese people. Almost like they have Japanese people in Japan that work in Japan. I'm not sure what else to say.
Yeah, added gore or violence, probably a 4.
4.
Yeah. Devious from replied article, it's an easy one.
4.
Only men in the video / offensiveness.
4. That was so racist, it's not even funny.
Alright, let me add this all up.
At least they had an okay thumbnail.
So yeah, another 15%. God damn. And that's the final one tonight.
Well,
Yeah, not sure if you noticed, but there's also 734 and 734 Part 2. That's because they separated it into 2 videos. Which means
that's okay.
they're not now going to do a story. And we already know how the stories go.
This is going to piss us both off, isn't it?
Yes. We were
Okay.
prepared for that from the start.
Yeah, we were. At least it doesn't have child impregnation yet.
Yeah.